Hello, hello, hello. All right. I don't know what the heck happened with my phone. It's so weird. Okay. Well, we're recording. Everything's good. Okay, hair's looking a little trashy. It's good. All right, let's wait for my boy Tim to join. He joins. Just give me a second. All right. Okay. This right there. I can't wait. What the heck, bro? Like. Tomorrow's Friday. He might work. Nine. Bro, this Zoom's gonna like close. How much time I even got on it? At like a certain time. A certain time limit on it, I already know. Bam. Bam. Alright, where's this guy at, bro? Because if not, my time's valuable. I've already been here since 6:25, 10 minutes. Bro. 6:40, that's it. I'm cutting it. What? It's not letting him join. Lets me join. What? Alright, bro. Yeah, I see 40-minute Zoom. Alright. Well, I've been here for like... I only got 40 minutes to give. Yes, sir. Alright, bro. Where's this guy at? Like, I'm actually about to clock out. This got way too many chances, bro. Alright, bro. We're gonna have like a 30-minute meeting. I'm about to make this rapid fire, quick start. Like Amway, but quick start. Yes, sir. I'm literally crashing out now because this guy's taking forever.
step, bump, bump, step, bump, bump. 5, 6, 7, 8. Step, bump, bump, step, bump, bump. Pas de beret, kickball change, step, clap.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8.
You know what would be good is if you get kicked and then you kind of did that and then a barrel turn and then you know?
That was good.
That would be.
That was really good. You a dancer?
No, not. I'm just drunk.
Up against the vehicle right now, sir. You're going to jail. Bump, step, bump, step, bump.
Getting my computer. Bro, what? Ay, bro.
Perdón, señorita, pero dejó caer su bolso.
Oh, gracias.
No hay problema. Tu collar. ¿De dónde lo sacaste?
Oh, cuando era niña mi mejor amigo me dio esto, pero desapareció en un viaje de senderismo. La mayoría de la gente dice que se lo comió un oso. ¿Kevin?
No, soy Jay. Lo encontré en un montón de caca de oso. Tu amigo Kevin sí se lo comieron. ¡Qué loco!
¿Eres tan pendejo, hijo de tu chingada?
Yo. Yo, how's it going, Tim? Oh, yo, I can't hear you, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, bro. Yo, how's
your day going?
It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good.
That's good.
Yo, I'm not sure if you remember me or not, but we actually like met each
I
other.
remember you,
Of
bro.
course, yeah. We met each other. I remember our first year, and man, like when I was looking at your profile, I was like, wait, Timothy, like I know this guy. Where do I know him from? I was like, I know this guy from somewhere. And then I see you on Zoom, and I'm like, yup, it's him. Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, how you been, bro?
I've been pretty good. How you been?
I've been good. Did you have any class today?
I did, but my job kind of made me stay over a little bit, so I couldn't go. So I just told my professor I didn't go. What about you?
I had like 2 classes today. Where you working at?
I work at Fleet Services by the police people in TAPS. It's like we inspect golf carts and cars and stuff.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's nice. How'd you get that job?
I applied over the summer last year, and I actually met with the person in the actual thing. Like, he told me to come in, and then he just hired me on the spot.
Hey, there you go, bro. Hey, that's nice. That's W. Well, I mean, yeah, man. That's great hearing that, bro. I mean, I've been applying and trying to get a job on campus, but
Yeah,
I haven't had any luck. They're like super scarce or something, but yeah, man. I mean, you know, I know why you joined today. You obviously, you know, you wanted to learn a little bit more about my business. I reached out to you. Not only that, though, I mean, I don't want to say I'm going to touch too much on business today. I'm going to touch more up on, like actually wanting to get to know you. I know we know each other, maybe like very surface level, but, I want to, have this meeting. Nice, lights went out. I want to have this meeting so, you and I, can kind of get to know each other, see if our goals, our values align. But, yeah, I mean, how does that sound?
Yeah, sounds good. I'm all down for it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long. But I mean, yeah, man. Like me, I'd say not that much. Maybe you've seen my LinkedIn too. I know we've met before, but I mean to kind of give you an introduction. My name's Christopher Castañeda. I'm a second year. Same major as you, MBE.
Yeah.
But if I'm being completely honest with you, I mean I'm not the same person I was a year ago, and I'd say I admire kind of like to the person I've changed into now because I've been able to give up a lot of my bad negative habits that I was doing even before I came to this college, and you know it was a process. It didn't just happen in a day. It took some time.
Yeah.
And if I kind of go more in depth about it, it kind of all ties back into me being in high school and kind of like my beginning of high school years. Because if I'm being completely honest with you, when I was 15 years old, I got arrested, and my mindset was just completely different. Like when I was growing up, I'd say, because I didn't want to go to college. I didn't have any dreams, goals, I just, saw my brother working 2 jobs. He bought that nice BMW. I'm like, I want to do that. So that was it.
Yeah.
Literally, like, I saw that. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do that. So that was like, my goal, just do that. But I never really realized, now that I look at it, is, he drives that BMW, but he drives it to and from work, like he doesn't get to enjoy it. So
Yeah.
I was kind of just, like looking at it from a different perspective. And, I feel like, maturity doesn't come with age, but it comes with responsibility. And I mean, at 15 years old, I started working, and, I've been working for like the past 5 years. I mean, I'm 20 now. So, I've just gone through like a lot of life, challenges, and I bet everybody has, so I'm not trying to say just because I am who I am today, but I feel like everybody kind of goes through things, that define them in their own ways. But I'd say after I, got arrested, I disappointed my parents, and it wasn't like a good feeling. I'm not sure if you've ever have. I hope you haven't.
Nah.
Yeah, exactly. Props to you. But it's like worse than them being mad at you. It's like this like bad feeling, and like I just had like that feeling in me, for like the longest time, and I felt kind of obligated to like give back to them. Be able to like want to give back to them. And I say that because, I'm a first generation college student. I came to this college, not really doing so good, not really doing like the best things for myself. And, I'm the first person to go to college, and my parents, they immigrated here when my mom was 7, my dad was 17. And so all they know was work. And,
Right.
I'm not trying to go into like that same path, maybe get a career, just work my whole life, but I actually want to be able to, retire them, and, that's where I found, this amazing business opportunity, not just the business, but, the mentorship that I'm under. It's helped me develop myself, and, I really see it as like, a vehicle to reach the destination of wanting to help my parents, from stopping to work, their whole lives. But
Right.
I'd say going back to my story, it didn't just end there, I still didn't really learn my lesson. I was still hanging around, a wrong association, still trying to fit in, be cool, like smoke and then drink and party, all that stuff,
Yeah.
trying to fit in. And so as I was doing all that, I had to go to a continuation school, came back into a regular school district. My mom was like, you know what, I'm going to move you complete school district. She moved me from, Sonoma County to Marin County, went over there closer to the Bay. And, that's when like my whole, like, let's say world like flipped upside down. I got enrolled into this course called AVID. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it or not. Yeah, so it's like an advanced, what's it called again? Like a college career readiness type of class. And so I had this like teacher in there, and, she really helped me, kind of step out of my comfort zone, wanting to do more. Like, if it wasn't for her, I would never be at UC Merced, with her help and her guidance. She was like, you know what, Christopher, I see something in you, you're ambitious, you're goal oriented, apply to colleges. And I was like, I don't really want to. I don't want to do the essays. I'm not really like, scholastically that smart, like I was never the smartest kid in the room, And she's like, no, but like you're ambitious, you're talkative, and, not in like a bad way, like, you like to talk to people, I feel like you'd be great, in a college campus. And so because of her, seeing something in me that I couldn't see myself, I was just like, you know what, maybe I should. So I did it. And, that's how I kind of got to UC Merced. I mean, you met me when I was with Steven. We were roommates. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I got here. But even when I got here, there's a lot of freedom. And I never lived without my parents, So as soon as I got here, I'm like, you know what? Again, start smoking, start partying, I just doing a bunch of, negative things for my health. And so I knew it wasn't benefiting me. And I was like, all right, you know what? Like, I got to, make a change. And I mean, because of my mentorship, the association I hang around with now, I've been sober for 200 days now. And I take a lot of pride in that because, I was in this deep hole where, I would just resort, to marijuana, just resort to, oh, you know what? I'm stressed out. Let me go chill. So, I mean, now when I do that, what? I can pick up a book, I can go read, I can go run. It's just a different type of mindset that I've been able to develop, hanging around with people who, are growth mindset, people who have goals, people who have dreams, and, who uplift you, don't just, speak bad about you. And I say that because, my coach told me something. She was all like, you're the average of the 5 people you hang around with. And I was like, I had some ego at the time. I didn't believe that. And then when I really started asking my friends, back in my freshman year, I'm like, yo, what do you guys want to do? After college, some of them didn't even know what they wanted to do after the semester. They were like, I just want to work. I don't know. That's a good question. And so, I mean, I really, realized that I'm like, you know what, I shouldn't really be hanging around with these people. Why? Because, I have a different mindset than them, and I want something more that they don't. So, I shouldn't be surrounding myself with these type of people. And so, yeah, I mean, that's kind of ultimately, made me kind of shift and, start, seeing things from a different perspective. I mean, that's a little bit about me. Hopefully I didn't, just talk for long. But I mean, yeah, man.
I hear you.
No, yeah. Man, I wanted to ask, if you can share a little bit about yourself,
Well, to start it off, as you know, my name's Tim Coleman. I'm a second year, just like you, same major, same everything. A little about me. There's nothing really spectacular to talk about in my past because I was just like a athlete type of kid and business, things like that. But
There you go.
I know when it comes to business and things like this, I've been looking for internships and jobs that have to do with the stuff that I want to do in the future because that's what I'm into. I'm into making sales. I'm into business. I'm gonna start my own business in a couple years.
There you go.
But for now, I'm a part of the military, so I'm in the Army.
Okay.
I do some things in logistics. I do logistic personnel and stuff like that. Work with money, customers, everything like that. And that ties into my civilian life. So I'm planning on finishing as a reserves for the next 2 years, and then I'm gonna go to the Air Force once I graduate. Because while I'm doing that, I'm planning on because I'm gonna have my degree, my bachelor's in business and management. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into the Air Force like that because in business for people like us, if the Air Force is a really good way because if you score really good on the test for that, you can get into a job. Your sign-on bonus can be $200K just because you're a business major. So I'm planning on doing something like that, and then in the process, I'm gonna go to med school because military pays for med school for free. So I'm gonna go do that, get my BSN, my bachelor's in nursing. I'm gonna have both of those, and I'm gonna just live my life then, start my real estate and everything, Airbnb, and then I'm gonna just focus on working to my PhD, and that's my goal for now.
Hey, I mean, dude, that's really impressive. It sounds like you kind of have everything, mapped out, planned out already. Your plan, what you have, and that's really impressive. Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate you sharing out kind of your little your goal set that you got. And I say that's impressive because I talk to a lot of college students, a lot of people every single day, and I ask them that tell me a little bit about yourself. Sometimes they do. Ask them what goals they have. They haven't really even thought that far. So that's impressive. That you kind of already know what you want to do after college. You kind of have a pathway that that you already looking to go towards, and I mean you're already doing it. So props to you, man. That's actually really
I think
impressive.
about that all the time. There's so many college students, especially at Merced, who they don't know what they want to do. I'm how are you guys just comfortable with not having money at the moment? I
Exactly.
work these jobs and stuff. I know money doesn't buy you happiness, but money buys you a lot of stuff that will make you happy. And it would make
Exactly.
when I get money, I like to invest the money
Okay.
and make more money. So, and I like to read, like a lot of books, like you said, you like to, like, if you read, work out, and I do all those things. Like all the books that I have though are like investing books, real estate books, like power, like mind is knowledge, knowledge is power, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really surround myself around anyone who doesn't have futures. Like I don't really like the marijuana thing. Like the people I know that smoke and everything like that, they're very productive when they smoke. Like I know some people smoke and get lazy and just chill.
Exactly.
And that's like, yeah, but like there's some people out there, like I know a lot of the people that I hang out with, they smoke and I watch them, they go right to work, go sell 2 houses or something or some stuff like that. So I like to be around people who are very money motivated and career motivated because I also want to retire my parents and be able to just purchase things without worrying about it.
No, definitely, man. Yeah, and I mean, I applaud you for that too, man. I don't meet a lot of people, who are actually really big on personal development, like you said. People who read books, people who surround themselves. It's like, it sounds like you're already very self-aware, and that's really impressive. There's not a lot of college students, like you said, especially here in Merced, that are
Yeah.
just like actually thinking about, all right, what's my next step? Like thinking about the future, actually, not just living in the moment. All right, what
In
am
the
I gonna do
moment,
today?
exactly, or worrying
Yeah.
about the past.
No, yeah. So I mean, I kind of wanted to ask you, like if you already have like your whole plan set, and you're already doing personal development, you like to invest your money. You said, what kind of like interested you about this opportunity?
Well, of course, because I know you, so it was like it's an opportunity to work with somebody who's
Of course.
the same age as me and is like doing their own thing, and that's like very inspiring to me because it's like people our age are scared to go like work with someone because they're our age or something. Like make your connections, do things. That's why my LinkedIn, like I'm trying to meet as many people, meet as many connections and everything. And it was just like this sounds like something I would be interested in. Like I'd be able to put it on my resume, be like, I worked with this as an associate, know him. Like this is just good. Like this is just like a really good idea. Like everything about it sounds good.
No, yeah, definitely, man. I mean, I'm glad to hear that, and yeah, man. So I mean, that's like I'm just like kind of lost for words. Usually like I when I meet people, people don't really have a plan. They don't really know what they want to do. But yeah, man. I mean, um, I can definitely relate with that. Especially that we're the same age. People don't really like to step out of their comfort zone. Especially when you're
Right.
like, oh, you know what, I'll do it after college or something like that. But
Exactly.
no, yeah. I know kind of like how I touched up on my mentorship. How I have a mentor, I have a coach. I kind of wanted to ask you, man. Like, do you have like anyone that you look up to? Like, or have you ever like had experience with a mentor or anything like that, or like?
I mean, I don't really have a mentor. I would love to have a mentor. Like I've been looking to find people who I can like, oh, you can teach me this, and I've been looking for that. But I don't really have anyone that I would look up to for real, besides like myself. Like I'm just like looking at all these things, and like I've met so many people. Like for example, like as our major, there's a class intro to entrepreneurship, and I met 2 of like the greatest professors ever. They're like successful like millionaires. There was a Russian guy, millionaire. He does some software engineer stuff, and then there was another guy. It was just like, yeah, this is what I want to do. So I haven't really found mentors, but I found people who have mentored me like
Correct.
unknowingly. Like they've showed me stuff and like, yeah, I want to do this and like show me how to do things. So
Okay, no, yeah, and I mean the reason I was asking you was because like I mean you already seem kind of like like you have your plans set and everything like that. So I mean that's great to hear though. I mean like I said like I don't meet a lot of people who kind of create all these plans personal development and like do all these things without someone kind of like without someone's guidance. So that kind of like
Yeah.
leads me to ask like what's kind of like that like underlying factor like what pushes you to kind of like do all these things right now? Because I mean like you're obviously separating yourself from the crowd in a positive way. So like what's your why? Like what motivates you to kind of do everything you're doing right now?
Honestly, I feel like it's just like I don't want to see myself like I can't see myself not being able to provide for my family in the future. Like that's not what I want to do. So it's like I'm gonna just start everything now and stuff like that. Like this, honestly, with you, the little medicine part of my career path, like all that stuff, that just came to me recently. Like I was just like one day I was just like, because I woke up really early and I was reading. I was like, I want to go do something like right now, and I just made a new decision. And I went, changed everything, and got all of it situated. So, because I like to go where money is, honestly, like where money is and knowledge and stuff like that. So, especially knowledge. Like, honestly, I'd prefer knowledge over money because with knowledge comes money. So, I've just been looking for the opportunities and stuff like that, and it's around you. Like,
Yeah.
no matter what, like I can look up how to become a millionaire right now, follow a thing. Of course, it won't work out just like that, but like all the knowledge is on your fingertips. Like I can look up anything.
Literally.
So
No, yeah. And I mean, that's like, that's really interesting, man. Just like you, I feel like, like we resonate, like a lot together, because I mean, same for you. I mean, that's kind of what motivated me, my family, wanting to be able to give back to my family, wanting to be able to provide for them, not just for my family, for my siblings, and then maybe, for, their future, maybe pay for their college and stuff like that,
Right.
give them the lifestyle that I never had. Because I'm not sure, if you went through this, but I mean, I know for me, for example, I didn't grow up, with having, all these, lavish things that, maybe my siblings have now. My parents were, a lot less, like financially stable back then. And so, me and my brother, we kind of grew up, ramen noodles, living with like 9 other people in our apartment. So, I just want to be able to give them, a way better lifestyle than, I had growing up. And, yeah, I mean, I really like to hear that, because most people, I ask them, well, what's your why? I don't really know. I'm just doing it just cause, or like, just cause I see stuff on social media. And, I feel like, having that, like your family is like, all right, you know what, like, that's like your family. And, like, like, it's like you have that sense of urgency,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it also seems, like you already, learn like delayed gratification. And, that's something, not a lot of college students have, that's something I've, barely just developed, what, maybe like a year ago. That's why, I see, a young person like you, a young person like me, well, we're putting in the work now. So, maybe we're going to work hard, for maybe like some 5, maybe 10 years. Why? So we can live the rest of our lives happy instead of, party, have fun now, and then, live like the 30, 40 years of our lives working hard.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I tell people that
Exactly
all
like
the
that, right?
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
No. And, that's exactly how I see it. So it's like, yeah, man. But I mean, I also know, like, I touched upon my mentorship. I was really vague about it, but my mentor's name is actually Phil. And I know you said, like you've been seeking a mentor. Yeah, you've been mentored by some people, some professors maybe. And, I like to hear that. But I mean, something that I'd say, that I kind of learned, throughout my mentorship process is that, for me to call somebody my mentor is for them to have something that I want. And like you said,
Exactly.
you called your mentor, you said your mentor was like a millionaire, like that's someone who I would consider a mentor. Why? Because I want to be a millionaire,
That's exactly why I made it.
I want his lifestyle. And that's exactly why I call Phil my mentor. Why? Because he has a lifestyle that I want. He could wake up at like 3, 4 p.m., wakes up, plays with his cats. Why? Because he's financially free already,
Exactly.
Yeah, and I mean, to kind of go further on, he retired himself when he was only 22 years old. And to me, that was really impressive. Why? Because, I mean, he was an immigrant. He came from Vietnam when he was, 18, 19 years old, and he was a dishwasher. So from 18 to 22, that's like, 4 years? He was able to retire himself. At 23, he retired his mom. At 24, his dad, and at 25, he sponsored both of his parents, flew them from Vietnam to the U.S. And, I mean, personally, I don't know how much it is to sponsor, one person, nonetheless two, but I know it's a lot of money, to bring two people from another country, yeah. And so I was like, how did he do that? Like, I was interested. I'm like, all right, you know what? Let me talk to this guy, like, I was kind of like, like, all right, like, questioning now, like, how did he do that at such a young age? I don't meet a lot of people who do that, at 22.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, like, I only see people on TikTok or Instagram, like, oh, click this link or whatever, like, something like that, And so when I heard that, just like you, I was interested. I started this process, just like you, how we're meeting right now. I would say, this is one, like, step 1 into the process of, learning about, the business. But, I was actually on the 3rd step, and I actually went to an in-person meeting in San Jose. And it was like a little business meeting, and I actually had the chance to speak to my mentor, Phil. And I saw him. I was like, hey, Phil, my name's Christopher Castañeda. I'm learning about, business model. I'm in the selection process, introduced myself and everything. And I asked him, I was like, hey, Phil, if what you're doing is legal and ethical, can you be my mentor? And he looked at me and he was like, hi, Christopher, it's nice to meet you. He was like, thousands of people ask me that question, every single day, at every meeting, at every business conference. He's like, what makes you different? And me, like being a little, 19-year-old with a suit and tie, and they're, surrounded by a bunch of professionals, I started to think, what does make me different?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was like, all right. I didn't really know what to say. I was kind of frozen up. So I pulled out my phone, and I went on my resume. I started reading my job experiences, my skills. I'm like, all right, so I got public speaking, I got cash handling, this, and this, and that. And then he's like, put your phone away. And I'm like, what? And then he's like, Christopher, that tells me nothing about you. And I was like, whoa, wait, what do you mean? He was like, I look for people who have integrity, people with accountability. If what you say you're gonna do matches what you do. And I was just kind of like shook, because I was like, no one has really ever spoken to me like that. And so I was like, dang, that's right. So, I mean, he kind of answered my question with the question, but after that, he was like, Christopher, you seem like you're very ambitious, I recommend, to finish the process and then, asking that question again after, And so after that, I was like, all right, you know what? I was motivated. I was determined to finish the selection process. And so I ended up going through, the whole process. And I mean, here I am now. Well, I've had my business for like the past 7-8 months, but not just that, obviously with the help of my mentor, with the help of my coaches and my business partners, I've been able to, develop myself and, also my business, become profitable and, hopefully grow it more and more and more. But, yeah, I mean, I really only want to ask you like those few questions. I know you probably might have like 100 questions right now. I mean, I know when I was like sitting there, cause I mean, I don't want you to think that, I'm gonna tell you this and then I'm gonna leave. But I mean, just like you, man, I was in your seat. I was seeking opportunities. I already had a plan. I knew what I wanted to do. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna be a CPA after this. Work for a financial firm. After that, try to take their idea and then like start my own business. So I had like this roadmap of what I wanted to do. And I was seeking opportunities, and I stumbled upon this opportunity. And just how I reached out to you on LinkedIn, my business partner, who works closely with me, he helps me kind of, build my business. He reached out to me on LinkedIn, hey, are you interested in, seeking opportunities? I thought he was a bot. I'm like, bro, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, who is this guy? You probably thought, bro, who had Chris's account or something like that? No, and then, so I was like, all right, you know what? I looked at his LinkedIn. I was like, okay, 19-year-old, San Jose State University. He's a business owner. He works at Meta, Levi Stadium. I'm like, he's working 2 full-time jobs. He's a full-time student, and he's running his own business. I want to learn from this guy. I was very open-minded. I was ambitious, and I was like, all right, if you're smarter than me, I want to learn from you, So immediately I was like, all right, you know what? I might not know everything about the business, but I want to keep learning about it. So, I mean, I kind of wanted to ask, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can let me know right now. I know it was kind of just, very, brief, but I mean, shoot away, Tim.
Nah, there's not really any questions besides like, what was like, I don't know if you can answer this, but like, what is your guys' business? Like, what is it you guys really do, sell? Like, what do you profit from?
Okay, no, yeah, definitely. So, my business is e-commerce and franchising. I know you're asking like what products and like services I have essentially. We will go over that. This is just like the first meeting we're gonna have.
Yeah.
It's a whole 7 steps. Step 2 would be me and my business partner. We show you the business model, the structure of the business, how it works. The 3rd step, you're gonna see the products, services, and pretty much the financial sheet, pretty much how the money works. And so like I'd say like very brief. I can say it's e-commerce. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it or not.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, I know you also mentioned Airbnb. I can use that for an example. Airbnb, they don't own any real estate yet. They're like the largest real estate company, right?
Right.
And so what Airbnb does is they own a platform in the middle, right? So they connect people, who want to, rent a house and they have money for it to people who own a house and they're renting it. So Airbnb brings them together. Essentially, that's what my business is. I'm the middleman. I bring 2 people together, people who have money, who want the product or service, and people, who want it, who need it, sorry. And I pretty much merge them together. And it's e-commerce and franchising. I can kind of just use McDonald's as our famous franchise. Something I wanted to kind of just mention is that this business, I'd say, is, simple, but it's not easy. And I like to use the McDonald's reference because, McDonald's is simple. If you look at it, it has its drive-through, very easy, to make its, patties and stuff like that. It's burgers whatsoever. But it's not easy. Why? Because to buy your own McDonald's, it's like you need $1.2 million in liquid cash. So that means you need to have like money, or like money in your bank. It's like it needs to be like cash. So just like this business, it's simple. It's not that difficult, but we're people. Human error. People are lazy. People are unambitious. They're unmotivated. We make excuses, and that's why it's not so easy. I hope maybe that answered the question.
It did.
It did? Okay, yeah, for sure. But that's kind of all I wanted to really cover with you today, Tim.
Okay.
I don't want the meeting to go on too long. But yeah, if you're still interested, I'd actually like to send you some material. I know you said you're a reader, so I'd actually like to send you a book. It's the shortened version. It's called Business of the 21st Century. It's like 50 pages. I just cut it down to like what you really need.
Okay.
If you're interested in continuing the process, I can send you that book, and it's gonna
Yeah,
actually.
of course. Go right ahead. I am interested.
Okay, yeah, for sure, and it's gonna let you know more about my business. So if you read it, by the second step, we can meet up. You're literally, if you read it, you're gonna be leading the meeting because you're already gonna know everything. So we can pretty much just slide through it, and then we can, show you, like the third step. That's kind of like my favorite meeting. It's every Tuesday. So, what day is it today? It's Thursday. So let's say maybe you finish the book in a day or two. It shouldn't take so long. I don't think so. I'm not sure if you read a lot, or I'm assuming you do. You said you like to read.
Yeah.
But it's gonna kind of go over like the business model, the structure of how it works. It's a famous book by Robert Kiyosaki. I'm not sure if you.
I've heard of him before.
Okay, yeah. He wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. So
Yeah.
Yeah. There
That's
you go.
a book
Yeah.
I have in here too.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, I like to hear that, man. That's nice. But I'll forward you the book. But before we end, I was actually gonna ask you, if there's a better way for us to stay in contact. I know we.
LinkedIn. I don't really get notifications like that, so I'll give you my cell if you want.
Okay, yeah, that works perfect. If you want, you can put it in the chat, or you can send it to me on LinkedIn. Whichever one works.
I'll just send it in the chat. This one's quicker.
All right, for sure, sounds good. $510. That's Oakland, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what part of Oakland were you from?
I'm not even from Oakland. It's just my area code because I'm from the Bay. I was from Richmond.
Oh, from Rich? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, then if you're from Richmond, you for surely know the taco truck, La Flor de Jalisco.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I go there, bro, just to get tacos, bro. They're so fire there, bro. 57.
I'm already good.
And then you want me to, you go by Tim or Timothy?
It doesn't matter. I feel like professionally, like if I'm in a professional thing, I let people call me Timothy, but like if it's with people I know business wise, even if it's just like friends, partners, just Tim.
Okay, no, yeah. I'll call you Tim. It sounds like you use Tim more.
Yeah, because would you prefer Chris or Christopher?
Either or. Professionally, Christopher,
Yeah.
sounds nice. Chris.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but either or. I'm fine with both. All right, for sure. I just sent you a message. Let me know if you got it. And then, if you did, hopefully it's the right number. Yeah, 510.
Yep, I did.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, man. Well, this pretty much concludes our meeting. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you have my number now. I'll send you the book right now in a little bit. But yeah, man, it was good chopping it up with you. And I know we had to reschedule a lot of times. Ever since winter break. We've just both been super busy. It's understandable.
Yeah.
With the semester going on, but yeah, man. It was awesome, talking to you, catching up with you.
It was a great talk. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, of course. And it was really nice getting to know you, more, on a deeper level. But yeah, man, we'll stay in touch, and I'll send you the book to your number, right?
Okay. Have a great night, bro.
Yeah, you too, my man. You have a good one, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was like a fiery, quick shot MG1.